Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipeIdeas.com. Today we're going to make a low-carb cauliflower tater. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's something a little different, and cauliflower is so good for you and it's so low in carbs that this is a great recipe to be trying. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So the first thing I've done is I've taken half a cauliflower. Here's a head of cauliflower. Here's half that I didn't use. I just cut it in half and I put it in my food processor and I just shredded it up with the shredding cycle. So the next thing we're going to do is put 1/3 of a cup of shredded cheese. You can use any kind of cheese, sharp cheese, old, mild, it just depends on what you want. Then I've got 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And I kind of made a boo-boo. I've put in my salt and pepper into the same dish. So I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of almond flour. Now you can take your almonds and you can grind them up yourself, or you can buy it already pre-ground. And I actually picked mine up at Costco and keep it in the fridge when I'm not using it, and it's a nice product and it's quite reasonable. So I'm just going to mix this all up, and then I'm going to take an egg. I like working with my hands more than using these spatulas or big spoons. So I'm just going to take an egg and I'm going to crack the egg and I'm going to put it into the mixture. And then we're just going to coat all of the cauliflower. Okay, I've got this mixed nicely. Now what I've done is, just at the dollar store you can buy these little mini dishes, cupcake things, and I sprayed them with Pam. And then I just took a cloth and I just wiped around the edges because I find that gradually the oil burns along the edges, and I like to keep it as nice as possible. So I'm just going to take a teaspoon and I'm going to put a teaspoon of the mixture into the little tins, the muffin tins. And this is the only small one I have, so I'm going to have to use it more than once when I'm making it. So I've turned the oven on at 400 and I'm going to put them in for approximately 15 minutes. And I've sort of pressed them down. And we will check them after the 15 minutes. So they've been in the oven for 15 minutes and I'm taking them out and I'm just going to take them and then turn them over, each one of them. I wished I had more of these pans because I could be doing more than one pan at a time. So I'm going to just turn them over and I'm going to put them in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes. It just depends on what they're doing. So I'll just continue this and then we'll put them back in the oven, and still at 400. So here are my low-carb cauliflower taters or patties. So what I did was I used the mini muffin tins to make them, and that took approximately 30 minutes to make them, and I flipped them over. And then I got tired of making the little ones, and I thought that it would be a lot nicer to have bigger ones because it doesn't take as much work to make them, and I only had one small muffin tin to do the little ones. And this took 35 minutes to bake them. So I'm just going to do a little sample here. It's amazing what you can do with cauliflower. These are quite nice. Quite like them. These are still quite warm, but I'll take a bite. Very good. You can taste the cheese in them. You'd never know it was cauliflower. I hope you go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, try this recipe, and try my other recipes that I have on my blog. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.